Hidden among the enigmatic mountains of southwest China, on the border between Yunnan and Sichuan, lives a community that dares to defy traditional norms, the Mosuo. Revered as the last living matriarchy or the kingdom of women in China, their approximately 40,000 members have drawn global attention by preserving customs that break away from dominant patriarchal structures, not just in China, but in much of the world. This society, centered around female power, stands in stark contrast to patriarchal China, sparking fascination and curiosity among anthropologists, tourists, and adventurers from all corners of the globe. The story of the Mosuo begins on the shores of the mesmerizing Lugu Lake, located over 2,600 meters, 8,500 feet, above sea level. There, misty mountains and deep ravines create a mystical atmosphere, capturing the imagination and hearts of those who visit. While the breathtaking nature is the first thing to enchant visitors, it's the rich culture of this people that truly captivates them. Even after decades of growing interaction with the outside world, especially through tourism, the Mosuo's unique traditions remain steadfast, preserving their unparalleled identity and inviting everyone to uncover a legacy that withstands the test of time. And could you imagine embracing a culture where women hold the ultimate power to pass down their family legacy? Among the Mosuo, this fascinating and undeniable trait of matrilineality ensures that property and wealth are handed down through the mothers. Children thrive under the loving care of their mothers, grandparents, and maternal uncles, while the father figure, though valued, doesn't hold the typical authority seen in patriarchal societies. It's within this unique setting that the captivating tradition of the walking marriage or night visit thrives. Instead of rigid contracts, every woman upon reaching adulthood gains the freedom to choose her partners, who quietly arrive at night and return to their mother's house by dawn. The woman's consent is absolute. If she loses interest, she simply doesn't open the door during the next visit, ending the relationship without any bureaucracy or legal hassles. For many, this practice might seem shocking, as it shakes up the foundations of conventional marriage and challenges the importance of the father's last name. Yet, for the Mosuo, it all flows harmoniously. The family remains firmly anchored by the women, ensuring a stability rooted in maternal bonds that shape their identity and sense of community. Although they aren't officially recognized as a distinct religious group, the Mosuo captivate with their spiritual world and unique traditions. Many are devoted to the fascinating Daba, an animist belief system that honors spirits of nature, ancestors, and sacred deities believed to inhabit mountains, lakes, and rivers. The Daba, priest, plays a vital role, leading rituals that commemorate important milestones, such as funerals and protection ceremonies. Some Mosuo have also embraced Tibetan Buddhism, especially after monks from the north introduced it to their community, blending Buddhist practices with their traditional animism. Even so, their belief in the transformative power of women as guardians of the lineage remains unshaken, rooted in the idea of fertility and continuity that women symbolize. This dual religious identity, Daba and Tibetan Buddhism, highlights the cultural complexity of the Mosuo, who have evolved over the centuries without losing touch with their roots. Have you ever wondered what life would be like in a culture where family power is led by women? Among the Mosuo, this dynamic sparks curiosity about the role of men. Far from being just providers, men take on essential social roles. They serve as maternal uncles, contributing to the education, support, and care of their nieces and nephews, who belong to their sister's lineage. They also handle tasks that require longer travel or physical labor, such as fishing on Lugu Lake or tending livestock in the mountainous areas. In daily life, there's the role of the leading maternal uncle, who may oversee family matters, negotiate with neighboring communities, or resolve conflicts. Even so, key decisions about the household, property, and child-rearing are made by the matriarch, whether she's the grandmother or the mother. This role reversal, uncommon in most other societies, creates a unique balance where women hold greater authority, while men still play vital roles within the family unit. Can you imagine the impact of a ritual that so clearly marks the transition from girl to woman? In the Mosuo world, coming-of-age ceremonies spark deep curiosity. When a young girl reaches puberty, She takes part in a ritual that establishes her as a full-fledged member of the community. At this moment, she is given the so-called flower room, a private space where she has complete freedom to decide who may enter or leave, highlighting the sexual and emotional autonomy that defines Mosuo society. The event includes prayers to the ancestors, blessings from the elders, and in some cases, traditional dances that involve the entire village. The celebratory atmosphere underscores the continuity of an ancient culture, passed down from generation to generation, remaining resilient even in the face of external influences brought by tourism. While they may not have the same fame as other Chinese events, Mosuo celebrations are fascinating experiences deeply rooted in the agricultural cycle and a reverence for ancestors. In these vibrant festivals, music and dance blend with lavish feasts featuring sampa, barley flour, tender pork, and mountain delicacies that delight the senses. At certain moments, barley ale, similar to an ancient beer, warms the chilly nights and enhances the sense of togetherness. A highlight is the Harvest Festival, which pays homage to the majestic Lugu Lake and the towering mountains that ensure the annual bounty. During these rituals, women take center stage, leading offerings and singing chants that call for prosperity in the new cycle. It's also an occasion for walking couples to either grow closer or end their relationships publicly, without judgment, emphasizing the acceptance of emotional renewal as a vital part of Mosuo culture. Imagine a place where divorce is nothing more than a distant concept. Among the Mosuo, if a couple in a walking marriage decides to end their relationship, they simply stop their nighttime visits. No courts, no dowries, no paperwork. This surprising flexibility intrigues outsiders, but to the Mosuo it feels entirely natural, as the most essential family bonds are rooted in the maternal lineage, not in marriage. It's worth noting that fatherhood isn't neglected. Men acknowledge their children, but the day-to-day care happens in the mother's home. This means that raising children doesn't rely solely on having mom and dad together, as maternal uncles and grandparents are always present, creating a collective environment of care and affection that strengthens the sense of unity and belonging. The freedom women enjoy among the Mosuo sparks both fascination and controversy, fueling myths and sometimes sensationalized narratives. While some see the Mosuo lifestyle as an unparalleled paradise of empowerment, others dismiss it as an exotic novelty, overlooking the deep emotional bonds and strong family responsibilities at its core. In reality, the truth lies in a fascinating balance. Women wield genuine power over their relationships and demonstrate remarkable autonomy. Yet they still face typical rural challenges, such as a troubling lack of specialized healthcare services and access to quality education. Some scholars argue that the so-called Mosuo matriarchy is closer to prominent matrilineality than an absolute matriarchy, as men still play recognized roles and can assume leadership in certain situations. However, it's undeniable that Mosuo women enjoy a level of collective respect, sexual freedom, and control over property rarely seen in patriarchal societies, solidifying their unique position in the world. When it comes to the origins of the Mosuo, multiple enigmatic narratives intertwine. One fascinating legend tells of a mother goddess who gave birth to the people along the shores of the sacred Lugu Lake, granting them the maternal lineage that sets them apart. Other researchers suggest a historical blend of ethnic groups, Naxi, Tibetan, and Yi, that over centuries shaped this unique family structure. While the scarcity of ancient records makes it hard to confirm exact details, many Mosuo believe the powerful essence of their traditions comes directly from this mythical connection to the land and its female deities. Today, many travelers arriving at Lugu Lake seek an authentic cultural experience. Some spend nights in Mosuo homes, enjoying the rich local cuisine, participating in traditional celebrations, and sharing stories with the revered matriarchs. While it's undeniable that tourism brings financial benefits, it also raises concerns about the objectification of Mosuo women as mere exotic attractions. To address this, community-led initiatives have been training local guides to highlight the deeper nuances of Mosuo culture, steering away from sensationalized interpretations. The biggest challenge is balancing the growing demand for tourism with the sacred preservation of their centuries-old traditions. The community recognizes that welcoming visitors can improve their quality of life, but it cannot come at the cost of their way of life and family rituals. In this spirit, conscious ecotourism plans and intercultural education programs are emerging as promising paths to ensure Mosuo values continue to thrive for generations to come. And that wraps up another look at the fascinating Mosuo culture. If you enjoyed this and want to explore more amazing content, subscribe to the channel right now and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next updates. Don't forget to click on the video popping up on your screen to keep learning about other incredible cultures. See you there.